Moreover, if there's a limit when we do physical and arts activities in the night. It is almost 11 p.m. when we come back home. So it's really hard to do workout outside or playing the musical instruments in that time because it can irritate the neighborhood and it's too dark to work out outside. But study can be done in the night by themselves in a small group. So if someone wants to study more, then he or she can do in weekends or after the school.
Okay. Second, if there's students who don't want to participate in any activities, if they get forced, it might cause another stress to them or love.
Can you say that?
Okay. There might be students who do not want to participate in any activities. If they get forced by doing activities, they might get stressed by that.
In the free block, students are guided to do what they enjoy to reduce their stress. So I think most students will be accept this free block as the time they can do whatever they want. And it would be not burdensome or stressful.
Okay, for third, if the free block system placed in the middle of the day, it might disrupt the flow of learning or flow of study.
In terms of physiology, cortisol, serotonin, dopamine, and the other hormones are secreted after all our workouts. And these hormones reduce alleviate the stress and prevent the depression. So after the free block, the students will be able to concentrate on their tasks in a better condition.
Okay. Fourth, if all the schools does not participate at this program, there might be an advantage to a student for learning more, while the others are participating in the activity.
But it is more important to have an outlet to refresh themselves and distress. So, because that will be an increase of tension, and therefore it can be students will be able to study efficiently.
Okay. For the last, if there's no interest in club in school, what can they do?
All the students will be allowed to create their own clubs to satisfy their own needs and interests.
So, in conclusion, did we target suicidal teens directly? No. Are we going to interact one-on-one with every single suicidal teen? No. But we're going to take a consequentialist view and try to see the consequences of all these actions. In the long run, we strive to see a happier society. A happier society where students are able to pursue what they love, a greater emphasis on enjoying what you are doing instead of trying to just study your way into earning money. Better mental well-being. A more rounded society that shifts emphasis away on your scores as determining your quality, but rather the content of your character. Thank you.
For the judges only, actually, unless we have some time. Oh, yeah? Yes, yes.
Yeah, I had a question about one. Yeah, what does the ETC mean? Yeah, etc. But like, what's in etc.? What is in it? And also, you guys talked about a lot about the exam and related to stress, right? But you guys didn't talk about much of the family-related problems.
That's true, but what we were trying to address is that exam and everything, well, family-related problems can cause stress, which is why they go to school and they would engage in acts of bullying, they would turn bad, they would turn to a different, like, bad route.
Okay.
The stress caused by the academic pressure is one of the main reasons of the family-related problems. So we talked about.
Okay, so you guys mentioned obviously in your reading about the program that you need sleep. So I heard you guys talking that you were up to what, 3 a.m. last night doing this? So that's not exactly the best example of what you're talking about. So what I'm asking you guys personally is, was it too much stress? Is that why you stayed up so late to work on this? Because it's not for school. This is, I mean, it's a serious program, but it's more for fun and for you guys to kind of explore what you maybe want to do in your future and spark interest and stuff like that. Or did you not work on your time management? Or was it like, were you able to enjoy this and actually learn from it? Because like, you just presented, it's an oxymoron now, because you presented what you did kind of wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. We had like really tight schedules until now, and then we weren't really able to work on it a lot. I think we had like yesterday and today really to work on it. And the thing is, kind of like the environment, because everybody was up till 3. So if everybody's up, it also feels kind of weird to kind of stop here, and this is probably why like the Korean system will be so hard to change, because if everybody else is doing it, if you don't do it, you feel like everybody's going to have these amazing presentations, but you're going to be falling behind. So kind of like the disarmament question, where everybody should be like stepping down a little bit, because everybody was still up at 3 a.m. And if we like stopped there, we would have had a presentation that was going to live up to standards of other people.
Yeah, good point. So monitoring, right? So you had this great program out there, and you had mentioned that you had some statistics. Actually, could you go back to a couple of those in the very beginning? Okay, that's like around.
What?
Okay, that's fine. Probably not that, but that's fine. We don't need to find exact stats, but you had mentioned that a lot of the students that actually did attempt suicide had no warning signs and no sort of triggers or displayed any triggers to lead to that act. So, yes, you had the P-block, and I think this is a great idea, but have you thought about also in some way monitoring the students in some way because the stress is sort of the main culprit of all this. It has to somewhat be measured in some way, shape, or form. So, have you thought about ways to measure stress and to monitor this part of the student's life?
I got one again. Alright. Basically, in school, like bullying sometimes occurs because even if I heard they were telling me about how like even if you like just walk down the hallway and someone goes like that to you,
Yeah.
then and you hit like the wrong person, and you were walking by and you were just like, oh, I'm so sorry, but then that person and has like a huge like following, I guess, and like you're picked on. You're like, oh. And they just go off on it for no reason. And in a way, that sort of aggressive behavior without like proper reason can be viewed as very like high levels of irritation, which can be attributed directly from stress. So, which is why a lot of bullying and like aggression and, there've been fights occurring in schoolyards, which the teachers would have to break up. If the number of those reduce, if bullying is being reduced, then perhaps, well, bullying, we can kind of like, it's kind of happened with that from, the supervisor may not be able to see it very well, but like,
Anyway, to do this, okay. Okay. And if you thought of any other ways to like, indicators for that, then that would be great as well. But that's one example, so, okay. We're gonna keep it to judges' questions just because of the sake of time. And so we're just gonna keep it like that for now, all right? So let's give a round of applause.
Well, he has a question.
Here, it's,
Let's just take a really quick look at every session.
I didn't give that to the other students for the first thing, and as great as that would be, I just don't want